If an alien wanted to know what the human race was like, the easiest way to tell them would be to give them the Beatitudes, but inverted. Instead of poverty of spirit, we find the rankest kind of pride. Instead of mourners, we find pleasure seekers. Instead of meekness, arrogance. Instead of hunger for righteousness, we find men bloated by possessions. Instead of mercy, we find cruelty. Instead of purity of heart, we find corrupt imaginings. Instead of peacemakers, we find resentful quarrelers. Instead of rejoicing in mistreatment, we find men fighting back with every weapon at their command. Such is the human race, and we live and breathe this pollution constantly. These are largely independent of culture and education, and mountains of literature have been produced to justify them. Yet they are the source of practically all the human evils and ills in this world today. Then down from the heavens came Jesus' words. The Beatitudes were spoken by the very embodiment of truth himself, and it would be wise for us to listen to them. As Jesus did often, he made a short statement and explained it later. The explanation for blessed are the meek comes later in the same book, in Matthew 11:28-30. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." Mankind has been carrying a crushing internal burden all throughout history, and Jesus offers to relieve us of it. Jesus offers humility and gentleness in place of pride and criticisms. The meek man is able to sit back and ignore the pressures and criticisms of this world, because he doesn't care what they think, but rather what God thinks. He is content to sit back and let God defend him. Make no mistake, this is a real and poisonous problem. There is a reason Jesus says we must be like little children. Young children don't compare. They enjoy what they have and get. As we get older, we more and more base our happiness and well-being on being better or worse than others. And most advertisements take full advantage of this. The only way to escape this curse is to fall at Jesus' feet and surrender to him. If we ask him for his meekness, we will find that we need only care about whether or not God is pleased with us. If we would only ask God, he will relieve us of our crushing burden and give us his yoke, which is easy to bear, and he will carry it with us.